48-hour wear? Oh, come on. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca, and I am going to review the new L'Oreal Skin Ink. So if you were like me and you saw this either on the Ulta website, I think that's where I first saw it, and then I saw one video on YouTube and I'm like, what the heck is this? And basically what L'Oreal has done is they have created a hybrid concealer and foundation in one product, and it is long wear. So this claims 48-hour wear, waterproof, transfer proof. I think those are very lofty claims. I mean, I actually reviewed this on my Instagram, and a number of you said that you tried it and it was dry. I noticed it got dry on me because I actually powdered over the top of it. So I'm going to demonstrate it for you today so you can decide if it is for you, or if you bought it and you want to figure out a way to make it work. It is, I think on the L'Oreal website, it retails for $17.99. So drugstore right now, it's hard to decide, you know, cheap isn't, you know, when it's when it's less than 10, people think, oh, well, then it can't be good. And then when it gets to be around 20, people think, well, now it's overpriced. So drugstore is in a very tricky corner of the market, if you ask me. I am 52 years old. I have dry skin, but it is going to be 90 degrees outside today in Seattle, and it's kind of humid right now. I mean, it's not like Florida humid, but it's not like Arizona dry. Sometimes the maritime sort of air comes off our sound. In this kind of weather, I get very emollient. I get very, you know, like moist and luminous. Having a long wear product or something that is geared for oily skins or claims to be mattifying isn't a bad thing, but it's a bit of a stretch from my usual luminosity. But having something that wears without transferring and looks good on the skin, you know, it can be beneficial no matter your age, no matter your skin type, but it is in the skin prep. It does say to prep the skin with a moisturizer or serum, and I thought that was really interesting. So L'Oreal knows that this product is gonna dry down and people aren't gonna like it. One side of my face has the product and the other side does not. And this side I have already applied, and I did it the way it recommended. And so I have prepped my skin. I'm wearing my sunscreen. I'm wearing all my skincare, and you shake it up. There is a little bead inside. I have shade 130, 130, which I actually think is a pretty good match. I like the container. It's like a concealer. It is a doe foot. It's a bit generous in size. It reminds me of like a liquid lip. It has that where you apply it, then you let it sit, and then you can put something else on top that's emollient to lock it in and to give it more comfort. It recommends to work in small areas, and I think that's really important. The idea that this is long wearing and setting and transfer proof is so that it has to really adhere to the skin. It has to have the technology in here to sit on the skin and kind of mesh quickly and dry down. And therefore, if you put a lot on or use a large area, you might not like what you see, because by the time you get there, it's already set and maybe it's not blended. So I think that it looks pretty good. I do have some expression areas around my forehead, And I noticed when I did this before, it did settle in those areas before. And it is also kind of settling just a little bit around my eye area as I'm expressing. I didn't go all the way up or out in a lot. I had maybe like a little bit on the end of my makeup brush, but that was it. I'm going to start where I want the most coverage. So remember that, keep that in mind. And maybe where you are most oily first instead of like directly on a dry spot. I actually am going to apply a second eye cream on this side because, I don't know, I just feel like why not? So I'm gonna put on a little bit of eye cream. This is the Pacifica eye serum, and I'm just gonna put it right where I get the most expression and let that sit there. But I'm going to go in right here. And I do like to use, you know, blend on a surface before with my brush and then apply to my skin. In this case, I think applying directly is okay because it is supposed to be thin. It is supposed to blend out, and it's not a thick, heavy coverage. For long wear and for mattifying oil control, it is not thick. Or I should say, it is not full coverage. I don't think, so I think when you feel it on your skin, you're going to feel how just very liquidy but that is a great shade match. I'm sure that there are folks, as much as I kind of make fun of the whole idea of, you know, 48 hours, because I really hope you're washing your face at the end of the day. But if you're in a situation where you're traveling and you know that you're going to be, maybe, I always use the example of like on a layover or some kind of travel situation where, you know, you are not going to have time to freshen up, this could be something really, really useful. Or maybe you are just somebody who never has found something that is long wearing, and if you get something that's 12 hours, 16 hours, maybe that's good enough for you. So I like the way it looks on my face. I just kind of don't like the way it starts to wear around my eye area, which I think is funny because it's a concealer. I'm gonna apply some right here. That was a lot. And I'm gonna put some right here. And now I'm just working outward. Yeah, I think if you had dry skin, just threw this on like a regular concealer or foundation and kind of went without sort of taking any advisement, I think you would not be pleased, and then the product wouldn't get the credit it's due. I think it looks good. It doesn't necessarily dry down on my skin. It's not luminous, but it doesn't feel powdery, or it doesn't feel like the way your skin feels after you've powdered. Let's put on some liquid blush over the top. Let's do the Lumi blush. I feel like that's a good test. Oh, that's such a pretty shade. Golly, that's so pretty. I love that. Wow, look at that. God, is that the brush? What happened there? I'm like, how did that get so intense? And I decided to go with a full L'Oreal themed face here. so fast. You guys, I'm not done. I still have another, I have another L'Oreal product here. Ah, love it. Okay, so the Infallible Brows. This is just a full face of Infallible, I guess. Let's do. So you guys, this Lumi stick is so beautiful. The Le Glace, is it the Lumi Le Glace. So pretty. It reminds me of the Merit. Yeah. I am going to put on some mascara, maybe add lipstick. I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit, and I'm gonna give you a check-in so that you can see how it's behaving. Yeah. It's pretty good, right? Yeah. Wow, lipstick and mascara always make a huge difference. I will list all the products in the description box, but let's talk about what the Skin Ink is doing, and it is pretty good. It's pretty good. I am going to analyze this side first, since we did it together. So where I applied eye cream minutes before I did the Skin Ink is doing a nice job of the product not sinking. It doesn't look crepey. With the highlight stick over the top, everything feels very dewy. I am sweating. I'm up in my bedroom with my studio, my light, just like I've got so much sheen. I'm schwitzing. Is that the word? Is that the Yiddish? But I mean, everything up close, pores, product, texture, fine lines, looks really good. I did not powder. Remember that. They just recently launched this winter spring, so it's their Blurfection, and I have the pink one. Got a little bit here. I am doing, first I'm going to do this puff, and I am going to go right here. Oh dear, that is very pink. How did I miss that? That is very pink. Okay, hang on. Wow. It's a whole mood, right? It does a really great job of just blurring everything, setting it down. It doesn't seem crepey. So yeah, definitely this was better than this. This did not do well over the top of it. Okay, I like this. I'm gonna leave it the way it is, and we'll see in a few hours what we still think of it. It really depends on how much you wanna have you know, do you want the glow or do you want it a little more polished? This actually looks really good. This looks very like soft, and I'm so glad I did that, you know? And that was a brush. That was not the, that's definitely better with a brush. Yeah. It's exciting. Okay, guys, let's blend this out. I mean, I am all about the pink powder, so that's just more than I bargained for. Yeah, it's good here. It's not great there. I like both sides. Both sides. All right, see you in a bit. Whoo-wee. You guys, if I had a thermostat in my room, solely in my room, I would love to know the temperature, because it has its own microclimate regardless of our air condition. It is so hot in here. So, but good news, I think I like my makeup, but I mean, you know, the funny thing about this skin ink is that it is very thin. It's a very thin formula. It has the technology to stay put. Full disclosure, I fell asleep and this afternoon I kind of took a nap, and you know what? Nothing happened. Oh, you guys. It's really good, but it's really good because my skin is oily. You know, my skin is feeling, it's very warm right now. There's a lot of humidity. I think if you are in oily skin, normal to oily skin, or you live in a humid environment, or you're looking for a long wear makeup, I think you're gonna love this. If you're looking for a long wear makeup that has a very thin, natural looking coverage, I think you're gonna really love this. If you are dry, if you're looking for a more conventional liquid foundation or something creamier, you are not going to like this. So there you are. Those are my thoughts and feelings regarding the L'Oreal Skin Ink. Oh, and it does say also on the website to double cleanse to remove. So make sure you really remove it properly, because then people are going to be like, it broke me out. No, it didn't. Alrighty, take care. Thank you so much. If you like this content, let YouTube know by clicking that subscribe button and giving this video a thumbs up. Because if you like it, then YouTube is gonna recognize it and give you more similar. Okay, thank you so much. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye.